Yeah, and for those asking, this is both racers are 2 and 3 right now, so yeah, they're at risk here. So let's see how this goes up as we get underway.
And they're off. And right off the bat, we got a big 20.
Big 20 in the first chest. So we should get this. So we're gonna head out. Looks like Alucard immediately going to head upwards, up to Uncle, most likely. That's usually a good starting layout for most runners. And let's see, Problems looks like he's Problems heading to the west. He's going to head over to the one way around to Kakariko.
Yup, both of these are very valid strategies, especially right off the bat, because you have potential to get all sorts of concepts or intel right off the immediate stretch. However, they do both take their own amount of time, and sometimes it is not necessarily worth it, especially with Randomizer, where everything and anything can happen.
Indeed, Problems now gonna farm for a couple bombs there near the Grove, and the Uncle gives us 10 arrows. So
no, not even, just an upgrade.
Oh, upgrade, yeah, so now a 10 arrow upgrade. All right, and let's see what Alucard finds in the other chest over here. Oop, grabs the magic, and we get Piece of Heart.
Not necessarily bad, and as we're finding out at the race, there was another Piece of Heart.
That was a slow start. Oh, Alucard heading to the Sanctuary finds a key, so that's going to make it a little easier later on. Let's see what's in the library. And we have Big Heart.
Not bad for having a whole lot of love. And now, interestingly, we're going to be seeing almost a convergence. Alucard is most likely going to be going up to the Lost Woods area to check Lumberjack Cave and the 2 items in there. Meanwhile, ProblemsIRL is going immediately to Sick Kid for reasons unknown.
He doesn't have a bottle. None of what he was doing. I think he was thinking it was a different place. But he is going to check the tavern, and he finds Power Glove!
Right off the bat, we got some really bad glove.
Yeah, very interesting here. So that's right off the bat. Problem's now going to head into the Chicken Shack. Meanwhile, let's see what Alucard finds in the Lumberjack Cave.
Misses the chicken clip. Was that a bottle?
I think so. That's the best I can come up with.
That looked like the bottom was round enough to be a bottle.
The red on it, I couldn't tell if it was bottle or Moon Pearl.
Oh no, if it's Moon Pearl.
That would be
no.
cool. Yeah, even the chat's wondering if that was a Moon Pearl. We'll find out soon enough.
We got another big 20 in the forest. And let's see what's hiding in the Thieves area in the forest. The secret hideout, is it called? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I've never learned the official name of this.
No worries. At least I'm not the only one.
I always just called it the Thieves hideout.
You know, that's not bad. Forest Thieves hideout. I like it. Let's roll with it. In the meantime, speaking of that area, there was only a Piece of Heart. Alucard now making his way down to Kakariko, while ProblemsIRL took a moment to go to the Light World Bombable Shed to get a couple of extra upgrades to not have to worry about more bombs. A valid strategy.
Indeed, especially this time we have a map check here. Crystal 5 at Desert. The other 2 were regular crystals. So we got all pendants in the Dark World. This should be interesting.
Well, this is going to be a whole lot of interesting stuff. Especially if I accidentally commentated or cursed the entire seed. Oh no.
Indeed. Problems also found magic powder in one of the places. I didn't see where he got that from. But
and that's gotta be Kane!
It's gotta be Kane!
By God!
Early Kane! What is going on here? Kane is some there's the Moon
False
Pearl!
Alarm! Oh my goodness, false alarm, it must be a jar.
It's gotta be Red Potion. Wow, already we're getting some awesome items early on.
Oh wow. That is a relief. Wow. Whew. I'm already feeling that bit of rush of adrenaline. That was intense.
And we're just getting started here, folks. Who knows what else we'll find along the way. We still got South Shore to check out. We've got that mini Mildorm cave. You know that's got a plethora of items here.
Oh, and we have the dam in both item locations and Ice Rod Cave. And from there, it's anybody's game.
Indeed. Now that they have that power glove, we also have the back of escape as a possibility.
Oh, that's true. And we have the start of the Death Mountain.
Yeah, but they may or may, they'll probably check that, but, logic-wise, they won't need to go there without the lamp. So let's see if we find that first.
That is true. That is entirely possible.
And scam from the bottle vendor, only $20.
Man, I didn't know he was a multi-level marketer.
Oh!
But he's got some nice knives to sell me. Anyways, we're seeing both runners, despite having parallel motions, converging in one spot and now moving on to the others.
Indeed, and it looks like the magic powder was in the chicken shack, so we missed that earlier, but now they both have that. He'll probably be getting his power glove soon. And like you said, Problem's heading up into the Lost Woods, going to be getting whatever items he missed there. But he didn't miss much. He's pretty much, there was nothing in there. So yeah, let's see what goes on from here.
Yep, there was a whole lot of meh going on with that one. And I'd repeat the exact actions going on, but let's face it, I mean, we already saw what's going on here. So at this point, both runners are going to immediately save and quit, and then head over, most likely, to the dam area, and then Mini Moldworm Cave. Possibly also considering that they have crystals in each of these dungeons after heading up to escape, heading over into Eastern Palace. This also depends on what items they have. If they have items leading to other places, they might jump over there instead.
Indeed, but it looks like both of them are heading to the back of Escape as we speak.
Ooh.
They both have that power glove, so they're going to save that South Shore for later, but not a bad idea.
No, absolutely not. We have seen a lot of seeds where many important items have shown up in the back of Escape.
Indeed, let's see what we find here, and we find Big Heart,
Half
magic,
and literacy. Take a look, it's in a book, Reading Rainbow.
Nicely done, sir.
Thank you. That immediately sends suggestions to head over to Desert. However, we have seen a lot of really, really trolly suggestions and false leads. If there's one thing I can say about V26 that everyone hasn't been saying, it's don't immediately go with the one item that you first get, because more often than not, that is just leading you on a wild goose chase.
Indeed, now they're finally diverging. Alucard heading into the dungeon area of Escape while Problems is checking the dam. What is he going to find there? Mushroom. Hashtag fetch quest.
It is time for a fetch quest. Let's go. Alucard deciding that he was going to try to read them to sleep before grabbing the cane.
Indeed, he's now around. He doesn't have a sword, so he's going to have to rely on the big red cane to get through that area. So let's see what Problems finds in the dam. And we have $300. Hey, you know what? I'd grab that. That's Zora money.
Yeah, 300 exactly. $300 right now is not bad. Even if you chose to ignore Zora, that is still in the emergency that you would need it, a potion or two. Do I feel like these runners would really need it at this point? Probably not, let's be fair. However, you never know. Something absolutely stupid could happen.
Indeed. Problem's now working on the Mini Moldworm Cave. Going to use that cane to take out the Mini Moldworms. It's not the easiest way to do, but not exactly the hardest either.
Right. If you know your cane strats, then you're able to figure this out. However, the beauty of a cane strat is being able to get more than one side of worms at the same time. And the hook shot with the generous thief!
Woo!
Oh, let's go. This is getting from interesting to hype AF. Let's do this.
Let's do, yeah. Hook shot early on. Death Mountain's starting to look a little nicer right about now. I don't know about you.
Yes, it definitely is. Name or not, I'd be going there for a quick vacation.
All he needs now is the lamp, and that's in the logic, and that could be a lot of good stuff up there. So we'll see what we find. He's heading to the Ice Rod Cave. Meanwhile, Alucard has not yet found anything in the dungeon. But he's going to check Zelda's treasure chest.
And what do we have in Zelda's dungeon? Oh, a little bit of love.
But since I don't think he ever found the map, which means that's probably what's in the Dark Room Cave, he's probably never going to go in there. In fact, he's heading to the South Shore. He's going to be picking up his mushroom and hook shot soon. So let's see what's in the Ice Rod Cave. This ought to be interesting. And we have
says silver arrows. That is going to be absolutely fantastic. While not necessary, that does mean we're going to have relatively easy Ganon fights from here on out. As well as boss fights.
Yeah, I was going to say, most of the boss fights are going to be easy at this point. So that works out really good. Alucard picking up some more bombs there from the Lake Hylia shop, and I don't know what he was thinking. He tried to jump into the water, but he don't have flippers.
You know, sometimes you go for something silly, and sometimes you accidentally forget, and it looks even sillier.
Indeed. Problem's going to set up fake flippers, so he's going to check probably Lake Hylia Island, Hobo, and of course head to Zora if he gets enough money by then. Meanwhile, Alucard heading over to Sarhasala first off to go see what he's
what
hiding in
are
his closet.
those?
Wait,
Boots
what?
on Hylia Island.
Oh, ho, ho! Boots on the island. That's going to be interesting. We know desert is required. If that ends up being boots locked, that's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, Sir Hostile, there's the lamp.
There's the lamp. The old man's garage finally proves useful.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're going to the troll, and no,
10 arrows.
You gotta pay the troll toll. Meanwhile, being corrected in chat, you can actually scout Lake Hylia Island with that jump that Alucard did. Something I was actually not even aware of. That is really cool.
Yeah, that's an interesting little play. I've never seen that done before.
Yeah, neither have I. I genuinely like that. That is cool as heck.
So, Problem's now going to head over to Uncle. Meanwhile, Alucard is going to work his way through Eastern Palace. Now, he'll be able to get all the items, especially now that he's got the lamp. But unless he finds the bow in here, he will not be able to full clear it. So let's see if luck is on his side.
And so far, we got a compass. So on the bright side, in the event that he got lost going through a place that he's been countless times before, he'd at least know where he could go to find the boss.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, this is actually known as a decent and considerable play because a majority of the chests and items you can actually get without anything more than just light world, overworld access.
Indeed. So Alucard finding the first of the items, the bombs hiding there. So that's one of 3 items down. If we'll see what else he finds along the way. There's a good chance that the Armos Knights may have the last item, and I'm sure he's praying beyond hope that unless he finds the bow, that is not the case.
Realistically, I've seen a lot of cases where that does end up happening. In many seeds so far, I've noticed that more times than not, Armos does have the last item. Sometimes that item happens to be a compass. Other times that item happens to be a progression item. And it seems very little in between. So I'm hoping for the runners today that does not necessarily happen.
There's the big key. So we got 2 items left to check. The big chest and the vanilla big key spot.
And you always gotta love finding the big key early because it means you can go in one linear progression instead of having to circle back.
Indeed. Oh, there's the map. So he will have to go to vanilla big key room. But he's not going to do it. He's actually going to take the chance. Wait, what's he doing? He doesn't have the bow. What is he doing?
But he does have the ability to go get a bunch of rupees for Zora.
This is
a play that I haven't seen as often since the spring tournament. More times than not, I've seen a lot of hula hands, but I haven't seen people immediately jump in to go grab the money. Which, again, he's in the area, it makes perfect sense, and he's walking right by it.
That's true. But now he's heading up to vanilla big key room, so we'll see what we have hiding there.
Ooh, problem setting up for the death warp, going the safe strat and making sure to grab both pots. And lo and behold, he is going to get immediately disappointed.
Luckily, he's going to save and quit. He's not going to risk his health getting refilled there.
Yeah, no, that was a good call.
Alucard having very little trouble there in the dark room since he's got the lamp. So all he's got to do now is damage boost himself onto the switch, and we'll find out what's hiding in there today. Meanwhile, Problems looks like he's going to make the play on the desert area.
That's
probably a smart move. We'll see.
Considering we know where the lamp is, that is not only a valid strategy, that is, upon getting the lamp, going to be something Problems can actually tackle. Speaking of things that he can tackle, Alucard most likely going over there right now as we speak.
Yeah, he only found a 5-arrow upgrade in the vanilla big key chest. Nothing waiting for him there. So yeah, it looks like he's making the same play. So we're going to get a ledge check and probably Agony Cave at some point. So we're going to see what we find hiding here in the desert. Actually, no, Alucard has not checked the mini Moldorm cave, so he's heading that way.
He's going to get a very happy surprise out of that.
And Ice Rod Cave if he goes all the way through and get those silvers. Meanwhile, Problem's not going to Agnes Cave just yet, going to go right into Desert. The only thing that can stop him is if a key is on the torch, whether it be big key or small.
And then we're going to need the mirror and the flippers.
Yep. Talk about that. That's locked right there. That's a trolley seed waiting to happen. So let's see if Problems has that. Well, Problem.
Ooh, I see what you did there. Ooh, that one. I'm feeling that one. However, I also can say there have been many times where I've seen Ganon's Tower require an item from Lake Hylia Island that wasn't required for other dungeons. We may eventually discover a Ganon's Tower double dip.
Ooh, I've seen that happen. I've had that happen.
Same.
So
it all really comes down to what's on that bonk lamp. Since he's already gotten over to this area, it's hard to tell what is exactly going to be on there. It doesn't appear to be the big key because Problems is going and heading up through here, and you don't normally go up here without it, and big key it is.
So that means it is not boots locked, which is a rare treat, and these runners are probably very happy about that. Because that means they can clear this dungeon. He also got the ether tablet while he was here.
This also means this is one of the only times where boots are actually necessary for completion. So this entirely can mean that we're going to experience
Cane of Burna on the torch.
Everyone say hi and bye to Brian. We're most likely not going to see him for the rest of the run.
Nope, probably not.
Ooh, Alucard deciding to forego Desert, despite having everything. Heading back to Sanctuary, going up to Death Mountain most likely at this point.
Did he go to the Ice Rod Cave? I don't think he did. He passed up on his silvers.
I believe so. He might be taking the old strategy of waiting until he gets both boots and the flute. However, if everything turns out exactly how it seems to me so far, he might be waiting on that until after Ganon's Tower, which, to be fair, will mean he will have silvers for Ganon's Tower. However, that will mean he has to take care of bosses significantly slower.
Yeah, indeed. Meanwhile, Problems checking Agnes Cave, only finding a big 20 there. So he is done with that for now. I'm surprised he didn't go back and full clear it. He has the ability to, but I guess with only the Cane of Samaria and Hookshot, trying to defeat Landmolus would be pretty difficult. So he's probably going to come back to that once he has at least a sword of some kind.
That is understandable for sure. Nope, and Problems going up to Eastern Palace, going to equally be disappointed. Alucard only getting a blue rupee.
Thanks for the help here, my friend. Here's $5 for your trouble. Thanks, you old geezer.
You realize inflation exists, right? $5 nowadays does not mean the same amount that it used to. Oh,
and green
pendant and Misery Mire. Ooh. Ooh. I both like and am terrified of that concept.
Indeed. $20 on Spectacle Rock. Let's see what's in the cave, and we have just a piece of heart.
Problems immediately piecing out after going to Sarashula. Heading to the mountain finally.
Most likely, yeah. He's going to be joining Alucard. Alucard, thanks to having that hookshot, is going to check Eastside Death Mountain. We have the Paradox Cave, and we have the Spiral Cave, even though it will be the Walk of Shame.
Oh, it'll totally be the Walk of Shame.
But it will be 8 items, so it may pay. One of those is likely to pay off. I'm calling it now. He's going to find something in here.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, while we're waiting on these runners to head over to different places, I'd like to equivalent the Walk of Shame to watching the band players on the Titanic play while the boat is sinking. That is how Spiral Cave Without Boots feels.
All right, big 20 and red meringue.
And that was a red potion in the Lumberjack Cave.
We're getting now fully confirmed. That's what we saw up there. So let's see what the Death Mountain Mini Moldorm Cave has.
Going through in the bomb early, using the hookshot to make sure those Moldorms are a piece of cake. Oh, we got Titan's Bits! We got Fisher Price Mice for Shield. I'm so glad that's catching on. We got the mirror!
Magic mirror!
Whoa, wow.
I called it! I called it! I said it was going to be... I didn't think it was going to be that loaded, though, but yeah! Tower of Hera, anybody?
Almost. Tower of Hera, except for one flaw. They can't beat Lamolus.
I mean Moldorm, but yes.
Yes, sorry. I'm thinking of Desert Palace while talking about Tower of Hera.
And since he's got Moon Pearl and Magic Mirror, he's going to head to Dark World Death Mountain. So that gives us a few more. And we got a Dark check.
Ooh.
Oh, Turtle Rock
is
and
a
Ice Palace.
The god tier god tier pendant layout. Oh my god!
You could not ask for a better layout. The only thing that could mess this up, I'm calling it now, is if there are progression items in any of those dungeons. It can happen. So, you couldn't ask for better luck there. So let's see what the Super Bunny Cave, and we've also got the Hookshot Cave to check. Whoa, boy. Oh, and now the chat is begging for it to be a pedestal seed.
Oh, it's starting to get to a question if that's going to happen. If that's not happening, it may or may not be a Ganon's Tower double dip. It is entirely possible at this point, and I assure you that is going to be some rough shenanigans.
Indeed. I think Alucard just found the Sank Heart there in the Super Bunny Cave.
Wait a second, I take that back. We're not going to see that with the bow, or we're not going to see that with the boots, because to get into Swamp, you need flippers and hammer, and that is required for Ganon's Tower. So we are going to see the boots by the time we get to Swamp Palace.
Yeah. In fact, because of the 3 dungeons required for pedestal, the odds of a pedestal seed are actually pretty slim, because you need a lot of items for those dungeons, and we've already gotten the majority.
Yeah,
there's our fire sword.
But the bow is not required. And there's the flute! It's spooky day. Doot doot. Hope you've all had your calcium since the last time I could say that with it being actually accurate to the month.
Yeah, but let's think, what could be possibly on the pedestal? Bow is the big one. That one can be on the pedestal.
Yep. Ice Rod.
Ice Rod. Oh, no, Ice Rod can't because you need a complete Turtle Rock.
Oh, nope, you're right. You're right. My bad.
So neither rod can be on the pedestal. Hammer could be on the pedestal.
Oh.
No, hammer can't be on the pedestal because you needed to get into Turtle Rock. So hammer's out. Yeah, literally the only thing that could possibly be on the pedestal is the bow. Anything else cannot be on the pedestal.
Yeah, any other actually required item cannot be on the pedestal at this point. Unless for some unearthly reason, we are going with a fighter sword game. Oh, we got a fairy in the bottle in Ether Tablet.
Yep, we might go back for that later if it's on the way.
For those asking about boots on pedestal, we already know boots are on Lake Hylia Island. So, unless we have 2 pairs of boots for some reason, I'm going to doubt it, or say that something's broken.
Yeah. And no, flippers cannot be on the pedestal because flippers are needed for Ice Palace. Yes, you can fake flipper there, but the logic does not account for that. So yes, flippers are required.
Right, you are.
So the only possible item that can be on the pedestal is the bow. And even if medallions are on the pedestal, it can't be the ones required for those dungeons. So no, finding medallions on the pedestal is pointless. That would be a dead pedestal run.
So it's probably going to be cash. It's probably going to be an arrow upgrade, a bomb upgrade, a sword upgrade, a mail upgrade, but nothing that is going to be required for the rest of this seed.
The bow is the only one. If we find the bow anywhere, the pedestal seed is dead. Otherwise, that's the only thing we can find potentially. Everything else has to be required to get to the pedestal. There's $300 there in the Tower of Hera. We have not seen a basement run. We may not see a basement run because I think we've already found one. We found one item. There's only 2 in Tower of Hera. So if we find...
There's 2 in Tower of Hera? I always thought there was 3.
Yeah, there might be 3. I don't know. He's not even checking the big chest, though. He's going
that's a gamble. That is a gamble. And then some. Actually, to be fair, it's only a gamble in the event that he picks up the crystal. He could go to fight Moldorm twice if this turns out to be a dungeon item. He could immediately hop down onto the next floor, hit the switch, go to the big chest, come back up, then grab the crystal.
I don't know why you would do that. I was gonna say I don't know why you would do something like that. That seems kind of dumb.
You know those hypotheses that you come up with that in the middle of saying them, halfway through you realize, wait a second, that's far more obnoxious than you'd ever want to do.
Indeed. There's the small key.
Oh, and there's the key.
So that means he's going to have to check both, not only the big chest, but the basement as well. Let's hope he didn't pass up anything big here.
That was one gamble that did not pay off in his favor.
Nope, because he's gonna have to go back in anyway. And he's
Nope.
He's not going.
He just said, "Peace out. I am done with this tower."
Oh, I pray to the gods above that does not come back to bite him later on.
We will certainly find out.
We'll see. Well, Probs will verify for us because he's checking it right now. And I don't know if we ever saw what was on the floating island either. So but we're not going to see just yet.
I think was either arrows or bombs. I remember seeing something along the lines of numbers. That or my memory's on Randomizer. We'll find out anyways.
Indeed.
Floating had 5 arrows, according to chat. So I will.
Yep.
I will trust them on that.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty well probably.
Blue goo kawaii over in the spiral cave.
Always nice to find the blue goo in a bottle because I mean, it saves you some money right there. It's 150 rupees saved. Alucard just got a bottle there, chat.
A second skip by Problems on both on the big chest. We just had both of them skip the big chest. Oh, wait,
chat's confirming there's only 2 items, and it's both the piece of heart and the 300 rupees, so that's why they're skipping it. They've already got everything.
Never mind, I take all of that theory that I just said back. Oops.
They're playing smart. They're smarter than we are. This is why I'm not running this race right now, folks, because I would not remember that.
Me, I'm still bad at remembering how many chests are in which dungeon.
And everyone rise for the Link to the Past national anthem, ladies and gentlemen. Alucard is activating his flute that he got. And ladies and gentlemen, the goose is loose!
Quack! Da-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry, wrestling reference. He busted down something. I thought of it like glass, and suddenly Stone Cold just came out of nowhere.
Phantom Ryu would be proud. And while he's here, he's going to check the sick kid.
Sick kid showing up with
300 more bucks.
That's a lot of money just to show that you have a bottle. Hot goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, Alucard definitely showing his pleasure for that one.
Indeed, and then he's going to turn right around and head over to the mushroom. Turn his mushroom in. He is checking everything here, folks.
This is a solid, fair thing to do on a fetch quest, because right now, according to everything else he's done, and from what we know from Desert, we may be seeing an Agaron.
It's looking closer to that every minute. 10 arrows from the from the mushroom.
Seeing some delightful hugging of a wall, if that's what you want to call it.
And we are getting a Mire check. He's going to head over to the Mire shack. Maybe checks the pet medallion just to be safe. Doubt he'll need to go in there, but yeah, still have that knowledge is always nice. No, he's not even going to look. He's going right for the shack.
Understandable.
Not a bad idea. So let's see what 2 chests we find in here. We find piece of heart and 300 more bucks.
Some people asking, why would we go for an Agaron if we have Titans and Hookshot? Simple answer is, Hookshot only goes one way in Light World and Dark World, and they happen to be opposite ways, and without the hammer, you can only access one half of the Dark World.
So it's still potential, but not very high possibility.
Right. It's at this point, I would approximate maybe, at best, 15%, and more likely, like 9% likely, but still likely. Or still at one form or another possible, rather. Not likely, because what I just said totally contracted what I... Contradicted. Wow, I can't even... English hurts right now. I'm going to take a sip of this iced tea.
Meanwhile, Alucard now going to enter the back way into Desert. Doesn't make a difference there. ProblemsIRL loosing the goose on his end.
Sorry, now it's stuck in my head. Oh, say hi to Brian again, everybody. That's the last time we're going to see Brian again, everybody.
Yep, that's gone. But then again, that's one of those items that is never required, always nice to have. If he finds the cape, Spike Cape's still good, so I can understand them passing that up.
Yeah, that is very much at best a luxury. If you're able to take care of a run of Link to the Past without it, you already know that you can be confident in your capability. And we get the Ether Medallion over on Alucard's side. Problems heading immediately into Kakariko. It looks like we're going to be seeing either a Skullwoods or a Thieves Town check.
Sounds about right to me. We'll see which way he decides to go. Both of them being Crystal Dungeons. It's either way works, and he's going up. He's going up. He's going to Skullwoods.
Looks like he's going to get lost in the woods. But Tish aside, it's not actually a bad play, because as we've seen statistically, there is a lot of reasoning behind going into early Skullwoods to see if it has any of the items required for progression. Because of the way it's laid out, there's supposedly some slight bias, not a whole lot, but definitely significant enough.
I believe someone did the statistics, and it's like a 45% chance of finding a progression item in Skullwoods, if I heard that correctly. So I can understand going there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. It's a very high probability in comparison to everything else. 45, I'm not sure, but it does definitely feel that way nonetheless. So even if it's not 45, it sure as heck feels it.
Indeed. Problem's finding the big key, and so he's going to head over there and get his big chest. Let's see what's hiding in there. Meanwhile, Alucard checking out Village of Outcasts, not finding much yet, and only $20 from the bombable hut.
Oh, big
so right now
doesn't really get you much in the dark world. Can't even get a gallon of gas.
Nope, and I don't think Problem's found the compass in the big chest, so we're still not finding much. He's only got a couple more chests to check before he has to call it quits, because he needs the fire rod to go any further outside of this next set of rooms. Alucard in the sea house.
A small key. He has a small key now. It was a small key in the big chest.
Oh no, I think he found one earlier, but nonetheless. And fire rod!
Wow, my goodness!
What a lucky find!
Your statistic is becoming more and more accurate by the second.
What are the odds of that?
Apparently,
so, vanilla fire rod. We will now be able to. We will now full clear Skullwoods. Wow! Commentator's blessing, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, Alucard working on the digging game. Gonna see what Alec Baldwin's got for him today.
I'm still sitting here in disbelief. This is some shenanigans. That is some really intense shenanigans. It also makes me double back, because in a seed I ran casually, I ended up getting vanilla fire rod. So seeing it almost literally in vanilla location made me go, wait a minute, is this even randomized? Like, hello?
No kidding. Oh man, I don't think I saw what Alucard got in the digging game, but I don't think it was anything significant.
It was nothing more than a big 20. Oh, and we are seeing Senior Frog. We are going to not see any dancing with Senior Frog today because there was no hammer nor boots. However, we will see Senior Frog be transformed back into the blacksmith or the breadsmith, however you want to pronounce it. Because, I mean, whether that's a fire or if that's a bread loaf, I mean, could be either at this point. Maybe they're Italian dwarves or Parisian dwarves.
And
both of those breads are really good.
And while he gets his $20 from the breadsmith's Problems finishing off Mithila, getting a compass, probably going to go back and get that last chest, because I know he's only found two of the items, or no, he's only found one item in Skullwoods as far as I know. So he might be going back in.
Right you are, and I also have to say, despite having the name ProblemsIRL, he certainly had no problem with Mithila in that fight. Despite having a fire sword and green mail. Let's be real. That is not an easy fight regardless.
And I just realized he's got the mirror, he's got the book. Is he going to check?
Oh, we're getting it.
We got a pedestal check!
Get your Bless RNGs, get your Pog Champs, get your everything, because it is time for you all to see what is on the chest, and you are disappointed. It's a sword upgrade.
It's a sword upgrade. We're only gonna be seeing tempered sword today, folks, because there is no chance they're gonna go back just for a sword. And technically right now it's vanilla.
Yeah, actually technically right now that is. My goodness.
That's what you said earlier. Is this even randomized?
Yeah, no, I mean, really. My goodness, what is with this? Welcome to Link to the Past pseudomized? Question mark?
So yeah, we can pretty much call the pedestal seed dead at this point, folks.
Yeah, the pedestal dream is going to have its funeral until the next seed.
Yeah, because people are saying, well, what if it's still required? Odds are good. They will find at least one more sword before the end of this seed.
Yeah, V26, despite being full of shenanigans and actually having several swords in progression at one time, has been changed enough to not necessarily have a good option of all the swords being in GT. Oh, we're getting a Bombos oh, no, it's just arrow upgrade.
No, not surprised there, honestly. Again, we've pretty much... That means with this, that means that the book was useless this seed.
Actually, indeed. Looks like literacy really did solve nothing. However, once again, I hope you're ready. It's going to be ready for, you know, one of those things that I can't even say it's hype cave anymore because it's not even hype to me. It's mediocre cave. It's disappointed dad face cave.
Well, let's see what it is today here, folks. Hold your hype until we actually confirm it. Let's see what we get today.
Right off the bat, we get a piece of heart.
And we get 50 bucks, 20 bucks,
20 bucks,
20 bucks, cash cave.
Cool. You literally just robbed a bank. Congratulations.
Oh, man.
The Dark World's economy has now gone down the toilet thanks to you going and robbing the resident sleeper bank.
in one of Proton John's favorite jokes, disappointed!
Oh, so true, though.
And Alucard heading out to Ice Rod Cave. He's going to be getting his silvers here pretty soon. He's going to be happy to find those, I'm sure. Meanwhile, Problems now taking on Land Molus here in Desert Palace. He's got the Fire Rod now, so it'll be a little easier for him.
Oh, Fire Rod with half magic? Yeah, you'd have to have the worst aim to not kill them at this point.
Well, you say that, he's almost out.
The reason I stuttered was because as I was saying it, it was becoming true. And I was like, wait, don't do this, no.
Don't jinx him, but he gets
Alucard finally getting the silver arrows.
Oh, man.
Whew. Wow, that just happened.
And I see the chat got my disappointed joke there. We've got some Proton John fans in the crowd.
Very nice. Alucard doing the fake flipper likely over to Zora because he has 3 times the amount that he needs to be worried.
Yeah, I think he's safe to check that. And he's got the Moon Pearl, so he'll probably do the water walking glitch as well.
Very nice.
We'll find out what's hiding in there.
Narrowly avoiding that Zora hit by about 12 miles. And we got the cape.
Cape? Not bad.
Not bad, but also not good, considering the rest of what they need.
It's very true. So let's see what else Zora is hiding here. We've got the ledge, which you can't get right now.
Oh, it's the boomerang anyways.
Yeah,
so
that's getting skipped.
Yes, it is.
So it's down to what Zora's got hiding. Will it be life lesson, love lesson, or good lesson?
Or will it be the bow? We're still missing that.
That would be a really good lesson.
That'd be excellent.
Let's see what he gets. For 500 bucks, he gets...
Oh, he gets the validation arrow! For $500, for $500, you can go and slaughter a Twitch vampire. Or Twitch vampire? A Twilight vampire. Congratulations.
Wow. Oh, it's a scam of epic proportions.
I think the mascot for this seed would actually be a disappointed dad. with socks and slippers, cargo shorts, Hawaiian shirt in front of a grill in the middle of winter, looking very disappointed in your direction.
Ooh, man.
Like full dad stereotype right off the bat.
Yeah, and if you guys don't get how disappointing that is, bear in mind that in the original Legend of Zelda, firing an arrow only cost you a single rupee, so that's how disappointing that is. It's not even a rupee, it's just an arrow.
Yeah, no, you are paying a, what is that? That's not even a 500%. What is that, a 50,000% at that point? Percent increase? That's just, no thank you.
Yeah, no kidding. Alucard now going to head into Skull Woods. He's going to be very surprised to find what he finds in that big chest, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Also, disclaimer, I already know that math I just came up with is wrong.
Yeah, it seems when you and I are around, math tends to be very off for us.
Normally, when I'm around you, I've just finished my math homework and my brain has turned to putty. Wait, 50%? 50,000 was right? Hey! I can remember math.
You're doing better than I do.
At this point, we're seeing Alucard having some trouble with the bomb jump. Very unusual and atypical for Alucard.
Indeed, but he gets the small key out of that.
Yep, he gets his level of disappointment to increase to pretty much infinity. If he was already giving frustration lashes, I can't wait to see what level of frustration he's going to get by the time he gets to Validation Chest. Decides to go for a Death Warp to make sure he doesn't have to go all the way through the Light World to get back to where he is by starting off in the dungeon.
Indeed, indeed. Since we're seeing a lot of similar plays here at this point, I'm going to take this time to remind you folks that if you're enjoying both of our runners, now would be a good time to go ahead and give them a follow on Twitch. Both ProblemsIRL and Alucard2004. I can promise you both of them are awesome on their own as well. So definitely worth checking them out. And of course, give a follow to our tracker, which is Zelda-san right now. And of course, myself and my co-commentator Glenn Ty. If you guys like any of our works, please give us a follow. Awesome group of people.
Right you are, and I'm not even being modest at that point because everything has been fantastic and I'm very glad to give what I can back to the community.
Yeah, also that was really interesting seeing the beetle bounce off the bumper into the spikes and kill himself.
I love when that happens. I've only seen that once or twice in other people's runs and it is a joy every single time. Alucard also making his way over into the Mithila fight, slowly but surely. Going to also be very disappointed there.
Also, I have to comment on Kiyu Katsuki in the chat. The validation arrow is an artisan arrow made out of mahogany, and the fletching is made from the feathers of the firstborn son of Slackduck. Easily worth 500 rupees.
Yeah, as a marketing expert, which I'm totally not, I can already guarantee you that all of that is just made to make it seem like it's bigger and better, but it's still just a bunch of fluff. That was a Walmart feather. GG.
Oh, man. And it looks like, yeah, Alucard's getting ready to head into his fight with Mithila. Problem's heading over to the Cache Cave, as we found out earlier. So let's see how Alucard does with Mithila, if he does as good as what Problems did earlier. And he's off to a really good start there.
Yeah, he's getting some really solid RNG, considering both of them matching RNG. This is no surprise. But the also capability of tackling Mithila while that RNG is there is showing just almost in the exact same location that ProblemsIRL placed him in as he exploded to death.
Very solid.
Absolutely, very solid overall.
I actually do follow Alucard on Twitch, and I see a lot of his runs. I see a lot of his practice runs, and a lot of his SRL races. He does really good stuff, so not surprising that he had a solid execution there. Problems now going to head back in. Probably going to check out Thieves Town here soon. Alucard opting not to do a pedestal check, but we already know he doesn't have to worry about that.
Yep. If he's already counting on the logic, he can already confirm that he wouldn't actually have something like the hammer on a pedestal. And that's one of the only things he has to worry about aside from the bow, so...
No, actually, even Hammer's not on the pedestal because, he knows that he needs the hammer for Ice Palace and Turtle Rock. There's the flippers in Thieves Town!
Very nice. That now means we can get the boots.
Yep. And they probably will. I mean, boots is one of those items, for a speed run, gotta go fast. So, always nice to have. There's Bombos!
We have Bombos. We have 2 medallions we most likely will not need.
Not at the rate this is going.
I feel like when this seed was being made, Jet happened to look over at the SRL IRC. And just from that glance alone, the runners have been given a relatively annoying but overall free seed.
Yeah, this one's been a lot more free of a seed than it usually is, especially with one of the ones I've done or commentated. So we'll see. There's the big key finally. And vanilla big key there. Alucard gonna check the graveyard cave. We'll see what's hiding back there for him. And we have Big Heart.
To be fair with Green Mail, that's not a bad investment.
No, it is not.
For all of you that are playing the home game that just got in here, boots are located on Lake Hylia Island, which have been both mirror and flipper locked since the start of this race.
And the chat begging for what we are now calling a shade seed. Early boost of items and then trolls them later on. Problems having very little trouble getting through the hellway there. Alucard looks like he's heading on his way to Thieves Town as well. So we're going to be seeing some similar runs here. So
wow. Problems trying to go for the smooth strat of getting the hookshot kill on the cricket, only finding out that the cricket was actually going to body him in the process. That is what you call unfortunate.
Indeed. Problems finding the map here. So let's see. That brings we've got at least 2 items that I know of in Thieves Town thus far. I might be miscounting. I know it's no more than 3.
We've gotten the
I know
flippers,
at least 2.
We've gotten the big key. We've gotten, I think...
Bombos.
Oh, yeah, Bombos. Yep, so that is 2.
Yep.
So let's see. So that means at this point, we have 1 key, 1 item, and 1 dungeon item.
And the key has to be in the maiden's chest since we have not found it yet.
Indeed.
Which also means that they're guaranteed going to have to come back here at some point once they find the hammer, because they need to open the big chest with that.
However, the item still could actually be with blind.
There will be an item with blind, but if they've only found 2 items, there's 4 of them in here, if I recall.
Well, they don't have all 3 dungeon items, if I'm correct.
Oh, that might be true. So it does come down to blind. If blind has the item, no double dip. If blind doesn't have the item, then they're going to have to come back when they finally find the hammer.
The next time we hit a menu, we'll be able to guarantee whether they do or not. The only question is, when are we going to get one from Problems?
Probably not in time.
Nope. Oh, so my hypothesis is correct. The compass is somewhere. We have not picked it up yet. We picked up the map. We picked up the big key.
Well, let's see what blind drops, because the problem is just finish him off very quickly. And we have 20
bucks. It's a big 20.
So that means the compass is in the big chest. No need for a double dip. Problems is probably happy to see that to some extent, at least. Probably would wish it was an actual item, but at least happy to know he doesn't have to leave anything behind.
Very fortunate indeed.
So let's see. Where can they go at this point? Right now, Swamp Palace looks like probably the good play to make.
Swamp Palace would be the best option. Getting the boots would also be an excellent option.
Yeah, they'll probably pick up the boots, head to Swamp Palace. And then...
Oh, you know,
we'll see where
actually,
they go.
Swamp Palace would only be okay because we still don't have the hammer.
Oh, that's true. That is very true. Where is the hammer? Could we start seeing some dips into pendant dungeons? We'll see soon enough.
We're we're dangerously approaching the 57-minute mark. We may still have Aga 1 dreams for some absolutely... Wait, no, we don't have Aga 1 dreams. They have the flippers. You can actually get around in the ocean, or in the lakes, and the rivers. You don't have to worry necessarily about the hammer if you want to go that level of navigation. We're good.
It's a little out of the way, but nonetheless, yeah, Aghanim Seed is done. So Problems is indeed heading over to Lake Hylia Island. He's going to be picking up his Das Boots here shortly.
Very good call at this point.
Indeed, like we said, gotta go fast. You know, as famed YouTuber Jacksepticeye always like to say, speed is key!
A good call nonetheless. And ProblemsIRL going to get highly disappointed by Zora.
Yeah, sad but true. But, again, if you haven't been there, you gotta check. And Alucard with a very nice fight there on blind. Nicely done. He picks up his 20 bucks and his next crystal. At this point, I'd say the lead kind of slightly goes to Problems, but it's not by much.
Yeah, if anything, it's circumstantial at best. Right now, both of these runners are still very even despite any of the problems that they've been going between. Because not having the hammer does really significantly damper a lot of the progress they can make. However, they still can at least make that progress. At this point, it's now possible they could literally go in the Dark World to a place where they could use one of the Zora teleports to another section of the Dark World, which will allow them to immediately go to where Catfish is by going up the water platform close to the witch, even in the Dark World, which is a shop at that point. So they could go through there and still access the pyramid as well as Palace of Darkness. Out of the way, yes. Does the randomizer account for logic that is also incredibly out of the way but possible? You got it.
Piece of heart in the Bonk Cave.
Are we seeing an Ice Palace run? We're seeing an Ice Palace run.
Oh my! Wait, what do you sure Alucard's not just picking up his boots?
Oh, nope, you're right. I forgot. Alucard did not pick up the boots yet. That was Problems. My brain is still on Randomizer. False alarm.
It happens. Problem's gonna check the King's Tomb now. Let's see what he finds in here. There's
it's another big 20. What are those? What are those?
And Problem's gonna float out of there. He's heading. Is he? No, he can't be doing what I think he's doing.
Misery Mire? Really?
He cannot be going to Misery Mire.
He's not going in there right now. Oh my god, he is.
He is going to Misery Mire. Ether medallion required.
And we're getting a bird toss.
Play.
Bird toss hype. Team bird toss, where are you at?
This is a big gamble here because bear in mind, he only has Fighter Sword. He does not have the bow. Fighter Sword Vitreous, if he goes that far, that is a huge risk.
And painful nonetheless. Wow, he did not even bird toss even though he was given that opportunity on the silver platter.
Shame on you, Problems.
As the self-appointed commissioner of the imaginary team of Team Bird Toss, I am disappointed.
Oh, man, that is sad. Alucard now heading up to the pyramid, like you suggested. What does he find up there?
Oh, it's a heart piece. That is not the kind of pizza you want to find.
Nope. And once again, disappointed!
Oh, so disappointed.
Yep.
I can already feel myself wanting to build a deck from how much disappointment this is making me feel.
Oh, no kidding. Alucard now looks like he's heading up to Catfish. We'll see what he finds up there. Meanwhile, Problems continuing his run through Misery Mire.
I'm excited to see where this takes both of our runners, because this could be a huge turnaround in the event that one of them finds something the other doesn't.
This is where the lead is going to start to become more obvious, because it comes down, with runners as good as these, it comes down to who makes the big gamble and whose gamble pays off. So, piece of heart from Catfish. Alucard says, no thanks, I'm good.
All right, time slows down in chat. Said I can't self-appoint myself for that position. However, he does, or they do rather, nominate me. They are the real MVP.
But yeah, this should be interesting to see where these gambles go. And the question is, what gamble does Alucard make at this point? Does he follow suit and go to Mire, or does he decide to go to somewhere like Ice Palace? And let's not forget, there could still be a slim chance at Pod.
There is a slim chance at Pod, absolutely, and we have seen crazier. We have seen literally a hammer in the chest on the ledge in Pod.
Yep, I've seen it myself. So let's see where they go here. Problems now going through.
There's the hammer! Oh, that's huge. And that was the second item, if I just counted correctly.
And I think Problems did as well. He is noping right on out of there. So once again, Problems with the good call.
Wow. Oh, that is huge. That is huge. And that is, oh, wow. Is that where Alucard is also going right now? Right on the heels of Problems. This is amazing. Nope, never mind.
He's getting back to finish up Desert.
Not a bad call.
He didn't do that earlier.
Not a bad call. That is something he needs to finish.
Yeah, but he is going to need to go into Misery Mire at some point to get that hammer. The hammer is one of those items that is guaranteed, always required in any run. So you need the hammer. Problems now heading into Swamp Palace. So, yeah, I think at this point the lead clearly goes to ProblemsIRL for an amazing call. I said it before. It comes to, when you have runners as good as these, it comes down to what gambles do you make and what gambles pay off. Problems took a big risk going into Mire, and it paid big time.
Yeah, it did, because that means immediately he can take care of Swamp Palace. He can head over to Palace of Darkness and hopefully clear a majority of that. We can actually see a lot of things opened and closed, and Dark World access is a breeze at this point, because he can literally fly anywhere with Swag Duck and be able to take care of it.
And with both Pod and Swamp having a lot of potential items, there's a good chance he'll find the bow, and that is literally all he needs for go mode.
This means two specific things, now I think of it. One of them is Hammer Peg Cave is now open, and the other one, I have to give it to Zelda. That also means Laser Bridge Bow is now technically a possibility.
Oh dear.
That would be a nightmare, oh my goodness. Now, if this truly is accidentally acknowledged and blessed by Jet looking in IRC at one point, we may see Bow in Swamp. That said, if he didn't look at it for long enough, chances are, at that point, that it's not in Swamp. We'll find out nonetheless, and, well, worst comes to worst, we're going to be seeing a lot of Menu Simulator 2017 against Fighter Sword Argus.
Yep. Oh, I do have to acknowledge that, yeah, they are also missing a sword upgrade. They need at least Master Sword to get to defeat Ganon. But again, I'm almost certain they're going to, with as many chests as they're going to find between Pod and Swamp, they're going to find at least a sword upgrade along the way. And so let's see what they find here. Alucard is making the play on Misery Mire.
Oh, very nice.
He takes the gamble, and thankfully it's going to pay off for him eventually. Problems now going to check the left side of Swamp Palace, because I'm pretty sure he still hasn't found the big key yet.
Right you are.
And he doesn't have enough little keys, so he's going to have to check this.
Ooh, using boomerang strats on the back there. That is nice.
Yeah, but thankfully does not forget to grab the key here. This is one of those things that even the pros can make this mistake. You need to grab this key before you flood that area, or else that key is stuck and you have to exit the entire dungeon and move several screens over and before you can come back and get it.
Let's be real, that is one of the more frustrating things that you can actually have happen with Swamp Palace, and has most likely caused a lot of grief to veteran and new players alike.
Yeah. You could be a complete newbie, or you can be someone who's played this game for years, and that mistake, just an offhand thing, you just didn't think about it, forgot to get it, and it costs you in a run because you made that one mistake. So you do need to be careful of that. Thankfully, Problems did not make that mistake, so he will be able to go right on through and check what else this dungeon has to offer.
Come to think of it, I'm trying to think of something aside from flooding the dungeon that would be as drastic, and I would have to say, probably falling to Ganon. However, at that
hold
point,
that thought for a second. We just got Ice Rod.
Oh, hello. Ice Rod is a thing. And a big key.
Yeah, Ice Rod and Swamp. That's not something Problems wanted to find, I'm sure, considering what that might lead him.
Yup. That is, to say the least, concerning.
Oh, yeah.
Alucard immediately heading back over. Oh, nope, he's going to go for the long route, not taking the chance over at the big key area with either the big chest or the small chest, and decides to go and do Cutscene Mountain, as I like to call it. I know it's not a mountain, I know it's a second floor, but it still feels like Cutscene Mountain to me.
Understandable there. So we got 3 of the items here so far in Swamp Palace. So we're going to keep checking as we go further. Piece of heart in the big key chest. Let's see what he finds downstairs.
And with a quick dash over and falling through, survey says it's just a key. Oof.
Well, we already know what both items are, where both items are in Misery Mire, so let's see what else we find going through here. There's the map, and there's a bomb upgrade.
All right, let's see. I have not seen many dungeon items at this point. It is entirely possible that the remaining items are dungeon items. Looks like we're getting a check. No, I'm totally wrong. The Swagnet.
Swagnet. Though it's at this point, it's looking like the compass is probably going to be on Argus.
Yes.
Alucard finding his hammer.
Found. Or yeah, the hammer has been found. Sorry, I looked at the mirror as I said it. Big sigh of relief most likely coming. And behold, Menu Simulator 2017. Link to the past edition.
Yep, he's going to have to use the hook shot and then switch to the hammer to take out those puffballs as quick as he can.
Oh boy, and they have customizable menu DLC? What fun! Can't wait to see what the bottle transactions are going to cost.
Don't forget about those medallion loot boxes.
Oh, medallion loot boxes, gotta love those. Oh, I just got Quake again. That's the 18th duplicate of Quake I've gotten in 2 years. Thanks, Blizzard.
Oh, Lord Hayate, that's the joke. Problems now gonna use spin slashes on Argus' second phase. Let's see. Nope, 5-arrow upgrade from Argus. So the compass was the one, I guess, was somewhere else. Nonetheless, that takes care of Swamp Palace. So
man, what a really effective gamble for Problems to skip a chest.
To be fair, folks, if Blizzard is watching this, they probably get the joke. I'd be more worried if EA or Warner Brothers Games was watching this, considering what they're doing with loot boxes these days.
I wouldn't say their names too loud. I can already feel their lawyers on my back.
I got nothing to lose.
Fair.
Uh-oh, I think I know where Problems is going.
And it looks like he's going directly into Spike Cave with 0 regrets.
Might not be a bad play, though. Spike Cave is a very low percentage of having anything.
Right.
But
and in fact, in the logic, it's typically not accounted for. However, they still actually keep it in there because that is an item location. Technically, you can, within V26 logic, discover an item for progression in Spike Cave. That said, it's a bomb upgrade.
So now where does he go? Does he go take the camel on pod, considering he still could be bow locked, or is he going to go for Ice Palace? It looks like, well, first of all, he's going to stock up on some potions.
Well, it seems like we found the one item that we were looking for in Swamp. It was the compass in the area where you have to do the loop-de-loop. It's all good. I also like to call that the yes loop because you do a roundabout.
Ah.
And if you need to know about that joke, don't worry. I'll explain later, to be continued.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Problem's now heading back over to Death Mountain. I think I know where he's going.
Oh, there's very few places he could be going at this point. But I guess you could say, it's time to go down to Turtle Rock. Down to Turtle Rock.
And the chat definitely got your joke. They're going along with it. Always nice to know that goes down. But yeah, Problems is getting his hammer out. He's hammering the pegs. It's time to go down to Turtle Rock. And it's also Ether Medallion, ironically. Wow.
Wow, double Ether. Gotta love that feel. And for those asking, yes, Pedestal Dream is in fact dead.
It was checked. It was a sword upgrade. So we're probably going to be seeing, at best, Tempered Sword here today. And that's if we're lucky.
By the time they get the Ganon, there's no way in heck they're actually going to have to worry about strictly a fighter sword experience. They'll have access to everything at that point. They can literally go anywhere else to find a sword upgrade. Considering how many places they're going to be checking, at worst, they would check the other chests they have not specifically checked themselves in Ganon's Tower. Ooh, we're getting some hopes for Sarashula with the bow. That would be trolly. That would be very trolly.
They'd have to double dip into Misery Mire, and again, Fighter Sword Vitreous. Not fun.
Oh, not fun at all.
But let's see how that plays out. Problems now checking the back here. We find $20.
And the bow! Oh my god, Problems making both plays on Pendant Dungeons and making it... Oh my goodness. That was... He made that look easy.
Oh my lord. So yeah.
You know what this means?
Well,
they're currently in bow mode. They're not in bow mode yet, but they're
not in go mode, but they are in bow mode. So he's gonna check bow. He's gonna finish up Eastern Palace and then hit and run through Pod.
How much you want to bet this is gonna be the sword upgrade?
Oh, it's almost certain there's gonna be a sword in here.
One item left. That would be the last progression item in an item chain for them to get before Problems is in a go mode.
But before we get to that, it's time to pay a visit to everyone's favorite extortionist, Kiki the Monkey.
Oh, Kiki, the one delivery service that never delivers.
Oh, no, he does deliver. You know what he delivers? Disappointment!
Oh, very true. And, oh, we are getting some unique strats from Alucard. Alucard is saying, forget menu simulator. It's time for circle slash simulator.
Hey, if it works, it works.
It does. And it's also less menu time. A bit of a gamble that close with Argus, but at the same time, hey, it's working.
Indeed. So Problem's now working his way through Palace of Darkness. There are quite a few items in here, but a lot of them are in the back because you got to get a lot of the keys in the front. As Phantom Ryu likes to call this place the Mullet Mansion because it's business in the front, party in the back.
Yes. Also got to give shout-outs to Dr. Bobtastic for coining that one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was, whew. First time I heard that, I lost it. That was great.
Why do I keep crediting Phantom Ryu for that? I know it's Dr. Bobtastic. I think it's because I've heard it from Ryu first. I haven't worked with Bob yet.
No,
but yeah,
that's entirely reasonable. That's entirely reasonable. Meanwhile, quick work, all things considered, when it came to an Argus with Alucard. Some smooth moves, and in the meantime, Problems picks up the big key, and we are now going to be seeing some what I like to call plays. And by plays, I literally just mean they're moving and doing actions. Yes, I know. A+ commentary. Tip your waitresses and your servers and your bartenders and your waiters and joke dead. Anyway.
We'll be here all week, folks.
Ooh, making a smooth dash through that hallway.
Indeed, indeed. Getting nice and quick through there. There's another small key. I think this is one of the few times you could find an item in here. Nope, never mind. Small key as well.
The answer is you could. However, they decided this time, oh, nope, it's going to be an item somewhere else instead. And this time it appears that is likely going to be... Wait a minute, he only has... Oh, this is interesting. He only has... one dungeon item.
He's go-moding this. He's not even bothering checking the chest.
He is taking the gamble. That is interesting. Especially since if he did not go to the back like I think he didn't, that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6 chests, with that having a 2 in 3 chance of having items he requires.
Because he still needs at least a Master Sword to get to beat Ganon. He must be confident that that he'll find one of those upgrades in Ganon's tower.
At this point, that is one heck of a gamble to make. That said, let's be fair. He could also end up double dipping back in there after taking care of King Helmasaur, because at that point he already has all the keys, and once he has the items, he doesn't have to go searching through another chest for the other keys. How much of a time difference would that make? No idea. Is it possible though? Yes.
Indeed. Well, we'll see. It looks like Alucard is going to make the play on Ice Palace. So he's not going to find that bow for a while.
Oh, no, he's not.
But if he finds that sword upgrade, this could still be a chance to catch up.
It's one of those things where Turtle Rock, unfortunately, is disdained by many runners for very good reason, let it be clear, but has an item that you would be looking for. Ooh, and that is rough news.
Yep, and the one-shot silver arrow from Problems. Down goes the Helmasaur King. Maybe Helmasaur will drop an item. Who knows? Let's find out. What's he got?
And it turns out to be a burrito. A Palace of Darkness burrito. Probably is burnt, but has more seasoning than a Light World burrito. Chose the seasoning, right? Anyways.
Yeah. So all that's left for Problems here is his Eastern Palace, and he will be able to go mode this because he's already cleared this dungeon out. But oh boy, he is going to want to get that. He's going to want at least a sword upgrade at some point. The question is, when will he check it? Oh, I take that back. He has not done Eastern. It was Alucard who did Eastern.
Oh, you're right. Alucard was the one that went to Eastern early. So right now, Problems is going to be going through and coursing through the rest of the dungeon until getting that big key, which, as we know, is going to be in the chest right after the Stalfos.
Meanwhile, Alucard working his way through Ice Palace. I don't think he's found anything specific yet. So, unfortunately, we're still waiting to see what else he finds. But if he finds a sword upgrade, again, that might be his chance.
Right, you are.
Especially if he finds both. If by some miracle he finds both sword upgrades, then he will have a chance to catch this game back up, because Problems will probably not check Ice Palace until he clears Ganon's Tower and realizes he still needs one of those upgrades.
Ooh, that would be a scary thought. However, that would make it incredibly even between the runners.
Indeed. Alucard now got the big key, so he's going to head downstairs, probably check the big chest. Let's see what he finds here. And we have the single rupee.
Oh, that did not pay off. Unfortunately, since he has to also go the long way around, there's no real way he would be able to literally go and make this a quick trip to Cold Stare, because that would mean going in here twice, which, as painful as it is, would be longer than full clearing this dungeon.
Indeed. So it makes sense to full clear it now while you're here, especially since he's still looking for that bow, even though we know where it is hiding.
Right you are. Oh, we got a frozen burrito. Hope you like beans and cheese, and a lot of disappointment.
Problems now taking on the Armos Knights. Should be a pretty easy fight. We know the Armos Knights don't have any, or may not have, I don't believe have an item on them. Nope, never mind. He has the wavy coin.
The only thing I remember from Palace of Darkness aside, or sorry, from Eastern Palace, is the fact that Armos did have an item. However, I was banking on it being a sword upgrade. Color me wrong.
Yep, it was just a little bit of quack.
To be fair, after grabbing Swag Dog, that is very much appropriate.
All right, so
what we have here is the time-honored tradition in Link to the Past Randomizer community, where we are about to enter the area of Ganon's Tower. Inside of Ganon's Tower, in the first area that we encounter, there will be 22 chests in which we will be opening. That said, feel free to start guessing which number chest we are going to find it in, or how many chests we are going to open beforehand.
And if you are a subscriber or have donated 250 bits or more, you can play in our little game here to find out where it is. We'll even have a leaderboard for you. So it's not just bragging rights anymore. You're going to get your name emblazoned in our leaderboard. So put your number, if you're a subscriber or have donated 250 bits or more, please go ahead and put your numbers in. And we'll get this game going here. We will stop the count as soon as Problems enters Ganon's Tower.
Gotta love this. Gotta love this technology. Shoutouts to Feasel. I think it was Feasel that made this.
I know he was working on it. I saw him testing it a while back, so
that is excellent.
It's one of the reasons why Feasel is such an awesome guy putting all this together. This should be a lot of fun. Alucard, I think, is finally making his way to Turtle Rock. He is going to kick himself when he sees that bow in Turtle Rock.
But that's going to mean the remaining 2 dungeons will be relatively quick.
Also, shout out to Nosferatu with Twitch Prime sub. He wants in on this. And Ryking with the 250 bits. You guys really want to participate, and that's certainly nothing wrong with that. We appreciate the support.
Absolutely. Speaking of support, if you like what you've been seeing, by all means, aside from making sure to follow all the Speed Gaming channels, which is Speed Gaming 2 through 4, and for the secondary tournament, Randomizer Mania and Randomizer Mania 2 through 4, make sure you go and follow your runners for more Links to the Past Randomizer shenanigans, both ProblemsIRL and Alucard. They have been busting your butts to give you one heck of a race, and by all means, has it been a heck of a race so far. If you also like to support the people behind the scenes, make sure you also give some love to Fiesel, make sure you give some love to our tracker, Zelgadistan, make sure you give some love to the one and only The Shades, and also there's me, Gluntai. Hi.
Indeed. Also, thank you to Godspeed You for the Twitch Prime sub as well. So we're just getting our way through. The first 2 chests were only small keys, so no sign of it yet. He's going to take right side, looks like.
A right
we
side
got 4 more
is
chests
valuable.
here.
They've already had to deal with some ridiculous trolls.
All right, 3, 4, chest 5 and chest 6.
6. Oh, whole lot of not much.
He's going to get the small key over here. Is he going to go full? Is he going to go to the Armos Knights? Nope, he's warping out. He's going to go left side. So let's see. 7 will be the torch. Will Bob live today? And
lo and behold, oh, it's a small key. Bob, rest in pieces.
Yep, rip Bob. So that's 7 at this point.
That is 7, you reign. We're going to be going on 8 through 11 at this very next moment.
Yep, sure, folks, we're keeping track. All right, let's see what we got here in this room. 8 is there's your
the Master Sword.
9.
At 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 30 seconds.
Oh, there's another
oh my goodness. Both sword upgrades.
Both swords in Ganon's Tower. Problems with the gamble, and it paid off.
You know what that means? Problems is finally in something. I think you know what mode that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, ProblemsIRL is officially in Go Mode!
Sorry, had to add my own little flair to that. Gotta love the air horn.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Chest number 12 being another big 20, or, yep.
ProblemsIRL not even risking the boomerang strats.
And my apologies to any headphone users in the chat.
Sorry, not sorry.
All right, coming up here with chest number 13 here in the Fire Snake room.
And survey says, no, it's another big 20. If it's in Rando room, it sure is a V26 seed. If it's in Bob's chest, it sure is an alternate V26 seed.
All right, so this is 14 through 17. Let's see which one of these has it. Chest number 14, Fire Shield. Chest number 15,
the
Burritos.
16 is a red
big 20.
And
there's your blue
got
mail.
A mail upgrade.
Took long enough. So now we've got left is the Armos Knights and Bob's chest. And of course, the infamous tile room.
Pisa? Yes, I agree. The Tower of Pisa is infamous. Infamous for leaning. It's actually very interesting as it leans. Technically, there's a scientific reasoning behind it, but I'm going to personally blame the snake people.
I said tile, not tower.
Oh, my mistake.
All right, 18.
Oh!
Big heart.
Apparently, we got a lot of sympathy for lizard people.
Apparently. All right, 19 through 21. If it's not here, it's in tile room. What do we got? 19.
Oh.
Heart.
20.
20.
Oh,
21.
Oh, it's the tile room. No way.
After all this time,
after all the races we have commentated, we're finally seeing a tile room scene.
I've had one tile room, but it's been a while since I've seen it go all the way to 22.
Whew.
Last time I saw a tile room, someone took an early gamble on it and it paid off. So, yeah, tile room 22.
If you guessed 22, congratulations, you sadist. You made your dream come true.
I'm going to at least wait till we confirm before I put it in. But yeah,
absolutely,
it's almost guaranteed it's in this room. Actually, never mind. Analytic Rick's already taking care of it. So, shout out to Aerobus.
Adirondack.
Yes.
Adirondack Rick. Or Adirondack.
Adirondack Rick. I know how to pronounce his name.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I heard it like 3 different ways. I was just double checking, my bad.
And there it
is in all of its trollish glory. All praise the Troll King tile room. The only other tile room I witnessed was someone going to tile room only to have them get played, and it was the last chest of Rando room.
Oh, man. So, yeah, tile room having the big key. That is truly beyond all reason. And you're guaranteed Alucard is not going to check that room early. So this is Problems' race to win at this point. Problems now making his way through the gauntlet. He's got Tempered Sword, he's got Fire Shield, Blue Mail, and Silver Arrows. And with the way these guys are, this should be an easy race for him.
Solid bow strats to make sure that those skeletons don't end up leaving their areas. Gauntlet room being quickly taken care of, and meanwhile, Alucard is making also much quick work of King... Oh wow, I almost call him King Landmo. Wow, why am I stuck on Landmo today? King Helmasaur.
And this has definitely been a Shade Seed. Starts you off good, but it gets you that one troll item that just doesn't let go.
Who would have guessed this time it would have been a sword upgrade?
No kidding. Also, thank you to Azidaka for the 250 bits.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Rest assured, Fiesel appreciates the support from you guys. You know, he works hard to put these streams together for everybody and making these tournaments happen. So all the support is greatly appreciated. And support also going to all the awesome people behind the scenes to make this stream happen. You guys certainly help make this fun for us, just as we try to make this fun for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, meanwhile, Problems is heading over to the fire room, making quick work of that room that has easily tripped up many people in the past, but with a fire rod and half magic, you don't have to really worry too much.
No, you don't.
And through the second fire room and the flames, we carry on, ignoring the mini Helmasaurs.
He's got more than enough keys for it at this point. He doesn't need any more. And he's not even checking the chest because, again, he's got everything he needs. We know he's not getting Butter Sword. The best he could find is Red Mail.
Yep. He went from bow mode to go mode, and now he doesn't have to go slow mode.
So it's Trolldorm 2, and oh man, Trolldorm was trying to troll him hard there.
Oh yeah, Trolldorm was out for blood.
But he couldn't quite get it, so with a couple quacks and a spin, down goes Trolldorm 2. Is he going to check the last chest? No, he's not.
Wow, even disrespecting the validation chest. Alucard picking up his Quack Medallion.
Yep, and that's his last crystal, so he's heading to Ganon's Tower right now. But at this point, barring a severely trolly Ganon, this is Problems' race to win.
That is absolutely for certain. However, I will say, if it weren't for the fact that the bow was in such a ridiculous location, this would have been a ridiculously quick seed.
No kidding. Problems taking out Agatu with very little problem. And now it's time for the big pig.
I keep wanting to make an appropriate Lord of the Flies reference, but I keep forgetting the exact quote, so I'm not going to, and I will come back with the next race with that reference in mind.
Getting the early hit in there. Very nicely done.
And we're getting our gastropod fact of the moment.
Yes, because Ganon doesn't just want to take over the world. He wants to educate. Because he's just that kind of evil monster.
Yeah. Who would have ever thought a dictator would want them to learn? Ooh,
Problems
going for the strat of strats.
Getting that good RNG there, the corner strats, very, not having any trouble there, going right into the last phase.
Swoosing right on out of danger's way with that hook shot.
Yeah, that is some excellent execution there on ProblemsIRL. Again, unless Ganon catches him off guard, he's not likely to lose this race. He's got plenty of health. I'm pretty sure he's still got a blue potion left. He's got silvers, and he's got this in the bag. He doesn't even need a torch glitch.
No, he doesn't.
People are saying, well, it's hard to believe this guy's 2 and 3. Folks, it's all about the gambles. It really is. You can be the best player in the world, but the beauty of Randomizer is even the best players can get trolled by a bad seed and lose. So that's why. Ooh, gotta be careful there. Getting a double, though.
Almost getting a triple off of that. That would have been one heck of a gamble.
Indeed, but he gets the win. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, ProblemsIRL. GG, good sir. Very nicely done. And as soon as he walks into that room, we will get his official time, his official SRL time, 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 51 seconds. Congratulations.
Absolutely fantastic run. Wow, some of the gambles paid off in there were phenomenal. Oh, and right off the bat, it looks like we have him in the waiting room ready to interview. You ready? Well, too bad. Everyone, please welcome ProblemsIRL. As soon as I unmute him, for some reason, he's not server muted, so he was muted on himself. And either way, welcome Problems. GG, what a seed.
Jesus, I looked at the pendants and I saw Ice, Mire, and T-Rock, and I knew I was in for a ride. Like, it felt too good to be true. It really did.
Turns out it was.
Yeah, indeed. You made a couple of good gambles there, going to Mire and Turtle Rock and getting both the hammer and the bow when you did. And that paid off for you.
I was really mad at myself, actually, because I'm pretty sure you guys saw me struggle the first time I was at Mire area, because I really wanted to go in. But I just didn't have the heart, or the balls, rather, to do it. Like, I was really scared of that green pendant, basically, and I didn't have anything to make Vitreous easy, and if I had to fight Vitreous, it would have been terrible, so I didn't want to go in.
Don't blame you there.
Blame you for that.
No, do not blame you there at all.
It is nobody's idea of a fun time.
But, like, I was there, and I was, like, 99% sure the hammer was in Mire, and I just couldn't bring myself to go in, and I felt really bad when I found it.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think Alucard was any more inclined to go in there as you were, because he actually went in there just shortly after you did, and the same goes for the bow and Turtle Rock. He actually took a lot longer to get to that.
Yeah, he actually gambled of Ice Palace first.
Oh, I was thinking about that, but then I figured T-Rock is 5 items, Ice Palace is 3. It's just more likely. I kind of just followed the odds in that case. I had a bunch of single overworld locations, and then I had T-Rock and Ice, and I just went to T-Rock.
You made the right game. That's what it came down to. It came down to who made the bigger gamble. And Alucard does not know this yet, but I had to ask, how did you feel when you realized the big key was in the tile room?
It was kind of funny because, you know, I went to GT with a plastic sword, and I was actually praying for the big key to be in tile room. I think that was the first time ever, because I wanted an excuse to check everything. And then I found those 2 swords, and I was like, oh, you just give me the big key. And it ended up actually being in tile room.
You gotta love when that happens.
Right? But yeah, aside from that, though, both of you guys had some very expert execution there. It literally just came down to simple gambles of who won this race. So that just shows how good both you guys were going into this race. It was absolutely fantastic watch. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I figure this was a nice seed to watch. Not so much to play, because there were all these locations. Like, there were, in the beginning, you had all these easy to access, easy to clear locations, and you had Mire. And you somehow knew that Mire was where you were supposed to go. But at the same time, you didn't really want to.
It's funny.
Adventure.
It's funny. By the time you picked up Ether, we went, oh, cool. That's a pen. That's a medallion. That's rather early medallion. I wonder if we'll need that. And then we saw Misery Mire had Ether, and the first thing I thought of was, this is either going to be a moment where you're being led into a dungeon astray and being trolled on a wild goose chase, or we're about to get horribly disappointed. Oh.
Most of the seed felt really straightforward, because I felt like the seed really did its best to keep you out of Mire, because there was nothing, like Vitreous was just so scary with the equipment you had. And then it just turned into who gets lucky and finds the bow first.
Pretty much.
I got lucky.
You did. Like I said, it came down to pure gambles.
You made a couple of really good calls with those gambles too.
Also, I don't know if anyone noticed, but when I picked up the big key, I must have gotten grabbed by the hand at like the exact same time, and I was able to move while the big key was popping up. Like, I don't know.
You know, it's funny. I thought I saw something like that.
Yeah,
but I couldn't really tell if I did.
I didn't really know. Like, I was really scared that I would get a despawn or something like that. Like, I was really scared. I just ran into some game-breaking glitch, and it made me really nervous, but luckily nothing happened.
I don't blame you. I thought I saw something of that nature, but I couldn't tell what it was, and I thought I had just been imagining things.
Yeah, no, I actually still had control of Link, and I'd never seen that before, so I don't know what that was.
Oh, that's funny. It's scary, but funny.
It was really scary.
I mean, it's fitting for holidays such as Halloween anyways.
That's true.
What was your reaction when you checked the pedestal and found out that there was going to be a sword upgrade on there?
When I saw it, it wasn't even that big of a deal. When sword was my go mode,
then it became a problem.
It suddenly became a much bigger deal. Not so much, I mean, I already knew the tablets had no sword, so I knew I would find one eventually without having to do the pedestal. But, like, you know, knowing that sword is there significantly decreases the odds of finding one in Ganon's Tower. So, like, I really had to bring myself to skip the last few chests in Pod, and I'm still not sure if I like that play, but it worked, so I guess I can't complain.
No,
yeah, I don't think there was
the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything else. I mean, I think at most, I don't know if you found it in Pod or not, but Alucard does have Riot Shield, so he found the last shield upgrade somewhere, and I'm almost certain he found it in Pod, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think that might have been the one thing, which realistically, had that actually been an item, that might have also suggested Turtle Rock immediately after Pod instead of taking the gamble. But nonetheless, that is one heck of a predicament to be in the moment you go through an area and you go, where else am I going? And you get a mirror shield. For a long time, actually, before you ended up getting the final, the flippers and the golden glove before finding the hammer in Mire, we were actually sitting here wondering, is this going to be a seed where 55 minutes in or 57 minutes in, it's going to be an Aggo required seed out of nowhere?
Oh yeah, that was also on my mind.
Oh yeah. Fortunately though, even with the flippers and gloves, we went, well, worst comes to worst, you could go super roundabout about it and then just go and jump into somewhere in the Dark World that had one of the Zora whirlpools and just go up towards where the witch would be in the Light World. But fortunately, then you found the hammer.
Yeah, I was kind of relieved about that hammer, but also not, because I checked so much beforehand, and like I said, I really almost knew it was there and didn't go in. So I was like, what if Alucard went early? But it seems like he didn't, so that worked out.
Yeah, it seems like he went in right after you in both occasions. Like, I think at one point there was only really a dungeon between you both at most.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you guys were on a very similar path up until that last dungeon play where you went to Turtle Rock and then he ended up going to Ice Palace. If he had followed you into Pod, it'd have been a lot closer of a race.
And it appears we finally found out where the red mail was. It was in the top left chest of the mini the mini Helmasaur room.
Oh, damn. I was wondering if I should open those 2 chests for mail, but I had found blue and I knew there wasn't a sword or silvers there, so...
Right. So at that point, you just went, no worries, and just kept going on with it. Very logical. In fact, if I was worried about being behind, I probably would have made the same gamble.
Yeah, but still, full 1:30 is a pretty decent time, all things considered. Yeah, I can understand you not checking that.
Especially when you're not sure whether or not you're in the lead. Oh, well, it's a good thing you skipped validation chest. Turns out it was just 3 bombs.
I wanted to validate, I really wanted to, but I was racing for my tournament life, so I wasn't going to give up those 3 seconds.
Understandable, especially if that made all the difference. I would have hated that myself.
I also paid 500 rupees for the validation arrow, so I figured I already was valid enough.
Right, very true. You did pay a heck of a lot. You paid for rich lost wood mahogany and the first feather of Swag Duck's firstborn child. Like, I mean, it's fair to say you paid more than enough for a validated run.
Alucard there with a nice Agatude there, very solid. So he's hitting onto the big pig now. Oh, man.
My agony was a complete catastrophe. I hate that fight. I hate that fight so much.
I don't blame you. As someone that came into Randomizer right after they made it so you were guaranteed to have a mix between the reflectable and the blue ball circles, I really wish I joined earlier.
So let's see how Alucard does here on Ganon. Sorry. Whew. Still a little exhausted, and of course, it's been nice, quiet over here. I've had 1 knock on the door for trick-or-treaters tonight.
Not bad.
And of course, Alucard got getting the same RNG you got. That must have been nice getting Ganon in that corner there early on. That
corner is lovely. I missed the 1 cycle on the first phase, and it ended up giving me that corner for the second phase, so I didn't feel too bad.
Yeah, no, that second phase corner was just, as I like to say, choice. It was very choice for being able to take care of Ganon in the second phase very quick.
And of course, folks, if you guys are enjoying this race as well, don't forget we've got more coming up all the time, more races. In fact, starting in just 15 minutes, we've got a match between Oh Hey It's David and Salty Fry over on Speed Gaming 1.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, we also have Superman Taylor and Swerve at 10 o'clock as well, right after that. And at the same time, at 11 o'clock over on Speed Gaming 2, we've got Mr. Barry Bonds and Nicolachi. And at Speed Gaming 3 at 11:30, we have McLagan versus Jake Copper. So we have plenty of randomizer action for you guys. Don't miss out.
So you're saying getting your stretching breaks now because you're going to be wanting to glue yourself to your monitor or your phone for as long as possible tonight. Got it. And with that, a very, very quick work off of Ganon, and Alucard finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 23 seconds. Make sure to throw those GGs up in chat. That was one heck of a race with a very interesting seed nonetheless. For every moment, it seemed like it was going to be a Jet seed. It ended up turning out to have a couple of trolls at the end. Looks like Jet didn't look at it long enough in IRC or something.
Indeed, and we have Alucard joining us here in the channel right now. Alucard, GG, sir.
GG indeed.
GG. Wow, that is an amazing time. You must have made that Mire play so early.
Actually, I didn't, but I went to T-Rock early.
Oh, like immediately after getting hammer.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did swamp after hammer because of the crystal, and then I went straight for T-Rock.
It made the most sense. I did the same exact thing. I also kind of put off Thieves Town for a while, which was a bit of a mistake.
That was so trolly. I did South Loop.
I did too.
I
even skipped Skull Woods, which is something uncommon for me.
I did South Loop, and I was like, well, if I find the flippers, I can grab the boots, and then Thieves Town is faster, and then boom, first chest Thieves Town flippers. It was...
Yeah, it was super troll.
Yeah. I believe it was also, Alucard, you also double dipped into Eastern, if I recall correctly, and I think that cost you some time as well.
Yeah, only a little bit of time. It was early game, so I was like, seems like a fine play, and I got Lamp, you know, at Sahasrara, so I was happy with it. But yeah, it cost me a little bit of time. I don't think it was too bad.
No, all things considered, the amount of time there didn't really make too much of a difference, but nonetheless still cost at least a little.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think it was the Ice Palace play that in the end cost you the most time, because if you hadn't done that, you would have probably been pretty much right behind Problems at the end.
Yeah, which, to be fair, that was at that point a very logical play to make. Because
well, it was that or Turtle Rock, and I know Problems likes Turtle Rock, so I went for Ice.
Yeah, it's like I was saying during the run, was that but as good as you two are, it was going to come down to what gambles do you guys make and what gambles pay off. And in this case, it was Problems gambles that won in the end.
I felt like I was kind of finding things a bit slow anyways, but I don't know. It sounded like we both were.
I felt the same thing though. Like I didn't feel good when I found the hammer. I felt really good when I found the bow, to be fair, but the hammer didn't feel good.
Right. Yeah, I checked like pretty much everything except like Spike Cave before getting the bow, more or less, or Vitreous, I guess. I was like, hell no, I am not killing Vitreous for that.
Oh yeah,
I noped out of there so fast.
Exactly.
Both of you did. As soon as you found the hammer, bye!
I also made a mistake and didn't check the pedestal, which apparently had a sword.
Yes, I know that. I knew that, and I felt so bad for every single chest I skipped when I was looking for the sword.
Oh, wow. Shoutouts to 2 sword upgrades and 2 mail upgrades in G Tower.
Right?
Yeah.
What are the actual chances of that happening? Sure, that's got the most chests out of anything, but come on.
Yeah, actually, Problems didn't even find the red mail. He didn't check those 2 chests there in the mini Helmasaur room. So he went in with blue mail, but still, I mean, finding both those swords in what I call the hook shot room, just that was like a weight off of both y'all's shoulders, finding that right when you needed it most.
Oh yeah, it's like getting a fresh breath of air, only to realize everything else is going to be quite a mess afterwards.
It was a bit trolly though too. Like the first sword was like, thank God, and the second one was like, really?
Yeah, seriously. But the first sword wasn't so bad. It was like it opened up so quickly and like gave you that sword so quickly. It didn't matter. It was like in Hookshot Cave, right? So like you got mitts up on Death Mountain anyways.
Yeah. It once again, it seems like, you know, and I don't need to toot my own horn here, but it seems like whenever I'm around, whenever I commentate a race, it gives you a lot of good items early on, and then it trolls you with that last item that just wants to toy with you the whole way through.
I feel like that's just version 26. I'm sorry. I know you have some cred, but that's version 26.
Well, version 26 is trolling in general. Let's not mince words here. But it just seems like every race I've commentated, that has happened, where you get, early on, you get so many good items, and then the rest of the time you're just digging and digging and digging, and you got to go to that one place you don't want to go, or there's that one location you didn't check, and that's got the item you're looking for.
I think someone in chat early on said it very, very succinctly. In version 18, you would look at that pedestal combination and go, oh, awesome, this is going to be a quick seed. In version 26, you look at that combo, and the first thing you think is, oh, crap.
Yeah, pretty much.
But we were finding nice things, and I was like, wow, if we find the bow before hammer, that's really going to just narrow it down. I was like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For a while, it looked like you were getting a jet seed, and we were just getting excited for that because we were like, cool, this is awesome. Jet must have looked over at IRC for like 3 seconds. But lo and behold, oops, all berries, then half of the things that we needed were all random places. The boots on Lake Hylia item, I was half worried that we were going to see the big key in Ganon's tower on the bonk lamp until I realized that desert was bootlocked. Or was not bootlocked, rather.
Right.
Oh man, this was definitely an enjoyable race to watch. So definitely GG to both of you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good luck in the playoff on Saturday, Problems.
Thank you.
Hope
I'll
you
need
get
it.
a spot in there.
I hope so, but it's gonna be tough.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of really good people in that tiebreaker somehow.
Everybody's good pretty much at this point. Like,
Yeah,
who's
that's
gonna
true.
be in the playoff? Yeah.
Indeed. But thank you both. Thank you to both you guys. If you guys in the chat enjoyed this run and want to see more of these guys, I highly recommend you give both of these guys a follow on Twitch, ProblemsIRL and Alucard2004. And of course, a thank you once again to our tracker, Zelda Dasan, and a little shout out to Mythical who helped us out early on. And of course, my co-commentator Glenn Ty, along with myself. We want to thank you guys so much. And of course, stay tuned over on Speed Gaming. We have our next race coming up shortly.
But Shades, don't forget the one and only, the Feasel.
Oh, big shout out to Feasel, of course. That goes without saying.
Of course, but I wanted to make sure we at least got that in there because we're getting everyone else, and I didn't want to leave anyone out.
Of course, definitely. And make sure you give Feasel a follow as well. But that's going to do it for us here tonight, folks. We hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you go check out Speed Gaming 1 for the next race starting here in just over 5 minutes. In the meantime, Glenn Ty, what's your sound?
Awesome.
It's been awesome.
Well, normally I say until then, hi, I'm Glenn Ty.
And I'm the Shades, and we'll see you guys next time. And as I like to say, rock on, guys.